Alright, YouTubers, how we doing? Bobby Gaines here, live with Bobby Productions. Not quite summer yet, but the weather is beautiful here in Connecticut. It's 80 degrees, very hot, not too humid. And, you know, of course, with a day this beautiful, I should be outside. But instead, I'm going to be inside, talking about more inside stuff, which is the Mall Tour. Mall Tour 2019 kicking off recently. I had the 3-stop kickoff, even though it was actually like a thing that happened in the course of a month, but I did the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hopefully you guys watched all 3 of them, or at least one of them, and hopefully you liked it. And this is kind of the obligatory, talk about the Mall Tour rant, as it were. I do one usually when the Mall Tour kicks off, maybe somewhere halfway into the season, and then at the end of the season I'll do one wrap-up. Kind of become a thing. As you guys know, I talk about everything. Spring, summer, fall, Christmas, whatever it is, I always have something to say. So of course I'm going to have something to say about Mall Tour 2019 kicking off. And what can I say other than I was pleasantly surprised? That's kind of the 2 words that come to my mind the quickest is pleasantly surprised. Not that I thought this would be a bad Mall Tour or anything. It's just I never know what I'm going to get. And I say that every year, and every year I turn out to be pleasantly surprised. One year I'm going to be wrong, but until then, Mall Tour started very strong. 3 stops, started off at North Shore Plaza with Stan, actually, who has never been on a Mall Tour. I say that surprisingly because I've been friends with Stan since 2002. He's been to a number of my birthday parties, he's been in a number of my videos, but he had never been on a Mall Tour until this year. And of course John, who's been on a number of them for some reason. And then the second Mall Tour went to Stamford Town Center again, first time since 2017. And got to see it with John Lee, another person who had never been on a Mall Tour before, who I just, started hanging out with more last year. That was fun. And then the third one, probably the most unusual, my friend Michael making his Mall Tour debut along with my friend Corey. And, of course, my Mall Tour fans from Rhode Island, Kevin and Ryan, awesome guys. Got to see them again going to Kingston, Mass. and seeing the Kingston Collection Mall. And the reason why Michael's debut was so eventful, of course, is because he was dressed as Michael Jackson. So we had a really quirky, fun time going to that mall. Got a lot of attention, people wanting to take pictures with him and stuff. It was actually really cool. And that's kind of, the Mall Tour in a nutshell. I've seen a ton of malls. As you guys have noticed, some of them have even started to repeat. I mean, I've been to Stamford Town Center before. Natick Mall's made a couple appearances. Providence Place always makes an appearance. And that, I don't see that changing anytime soon. Kind of running out of ideas here, if I'm being completely honest. I've been to a number of malls. I know there are some other ones. Kingston Collection was nice. The 2 new malls I've seen so far, I liked them. I didn't love them. I liked the Glow Golf at the Peabody North Shore Mall. Actually, in general, I really like North Shore Mall. That was probably the better of the 2 new ones I've seen. Stamford Town Center, as much as I liked going there again, it was a little disappointing just because there was no holodeck. It seemed like it was missing some stores. It was missing the FYE. It was missing a lot of the things that made my first time there so much fun. I still really love the layout of Stamford Town Center. It's probably one of my favorite layouts I've seen in the mall. Just the verticality of it and then, the way the stores are kind of organized. I really like it. But if I'm being completely honest, it was a bit of a letdown compared to the 2017 tour. But luckily, that's where John Lee made it a lot of fun, and that's why I keep saying the Mall Tour is about the people, not the malls. And it's astounding to me that after 5 years of doing this again, since I brought it back in 2015, after all this time, I still have new people, different personalities going on every Mall Tour. I've introduced a number of new people, even if they're only on 1 or 2 Mall Tours, it seems like people get in on it at some point. And I'm still trying to get more people. So we'll see what happens. I do have a couple ideas. Again, I don't like to give them away because they don't always happen. I have a couple ideas for some newer Mall Tours, some different ones. But for what it was, the first 3 Mall Tours of the year were very successful, a lot of fun. And that's what I want it to be. I don't want to go too crazy with it. Like I said in the beginning, I'd rather just go on a few Mall Tours than go on like 20 of them and, they're not all good. I'd rather go on maybe half of that and just kind of have some really good times like last year. Last year's Mall Tour was great. It wasn't as elaborate as 2017, but it was a lot of fun. And that's what I want from this year. So I'd be interested to know your guys' thoughts on the first few Mall Tour videos. If you liked them, if you didn't like them, well, if you didn't like them, whatever. I don't know what you're even doing on this channel, but judging by the view numbers, a lot of you aren't on this channel. But yeah, Bobby Productions, of course, proud to present the Mall Tour to start off the month of May when I did. So, again, be interested to see your thoughts. Stay tuned for more Mall Tours as the summer gets going. And, as always, stay tuned for more from Bobby Productions.